Hi, my name is Dee, and you're watching Dee True Crime. I've been studying digital forensics, and there's a lot in this case that could be studied and analyzed using the digital footprints.
Did Summer go swimming that day, or was the accidental video of Summer sleeping on milk jugs taken that day? We are not privy to cell phone data and cannot be sure when the videos were taken, but we have an idea of when some of the videos were posted. TikTok on the 15th June 2021. Candace says they were at the swimming hole around 12:21, and that's when the video was taken. I've seen Michelle After Dark reporting that the video was posted on TikTok around 12:34. I verified it myself using the metadata, but it only gives the time the video was posted. I agree with her, it is in fact 12:34. I spoke to Chris McDonough to query whether Summer was seen at the Priceless grocery store. He said that Grandma and Candace were seen there for sure. To another statement made by Chris McDonough is that the prescription pickup time was 1:33 p.m. again. That would fit in with the timeline of his prescription around 1:33 p.m. No CCTV footage has been released from the day, but that above timeline would make sense if we start piecing it together like this. The part that remains.
According to this timeline, there's still going to be 2.5 hours unaccounted for after they got back to Ben Hill.
I have confirmation that they were in, Grandma and Candace were in one of the local stores, and actually I've got it from a couple different stores, and I've kind of got a good timeline of, when, based on the 911 call, that is, public information, as well as, kind of piecing it back to when they believe they saw them in the store, okay? And one of them was where the prescriptions were filled up, okay? And that timeline is narrowed down to about 1:33 p.m.
There should be a digital footprint in all of these aspects of the things that people did that day.
That she texted me saying that her grandma was in the hospital. That she texted me and she said my grandma's in the hospital. Well, her mom's in the hospital, but we were up. I said, y'all want to come over here for a bit? Because she's going to be in the hospital for a while because she messed up her knee or whatever. And she said, yeah, if that's okay with Alice. So next thing you know, I tapped Mom because she's half asleep because she works. I asked her if they could come over. She said yeah for a little bit. She said it was okay, and she said she'd be over in like 5-10 minutes. And so she pulls up. She gets out the car with Summer, and supposedly the kids went to work with the father. And so she pulls up there in front of that mailbox. Okay. She comes in. We're all sitting down. I asked her what happened to her grandma because she wouldn't tell me over the phone. She said that she hurt supposedly a plastic knee or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so they took her to the hospital.
She's here. Grandma's at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And who's with her that day?
It had to have been like around 11, right?
Okay.
If it was around 11 when she went to Hunter's, what did she do for the other 3 hours? From 8 when she dropped Grandma off until 11, what did Candace do?
And then, like I said, I dapped up, we went inside, talked about it. And then she said, you want to go fishing summer? I said, do you care if I come with? Because it's summer, and I treated her like a little sister.
That was a bait statement by Candace. Summer, do you want to go fishing? She knew H would want to go. And just out of curiosity, if you took a 15-year-old fishing with you or swimming, would you feel obligated to buy them 2 vapes and a Twisted Tea and a Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Right.
And she said you gotta ask Allie. Okay. But I went to ask her. She said that's fine because there's no problem with going fishing for a little bit and come back.
Sure.
I mean, I think it's because I show her a lot of attention. It was because her brothers just always used to pick on her, so I just show her how a real brother should act.
Well, then why were you throwing those G signs up around Summer that day on the video? In my opinion, that was very inappropriate in a TikTok video with a 5-year-old child.
Summer's here. Candace is here. You get permission to go fishing because Summer's going fishing. And you were kind of acting like a big brother. and you thought it'd be cool to go with her.
Then her grandmother calls her and says to come pick her up when we're sitting right there.
Oh.
At first, I was sitting on the front seat.
Okay.
Like she.
Which way's the car pointing?
Like
Do you
your
remember?
truck right now.
Just like my truck.
Summer, she is on the driver's side, in the back seat. I think it was a pink little tank top or purple.
Okay.
I think she had shorts on at first.
Okay.
Yeah, because she had shorts on because her mom put her bathing suit on her.
Okay.
And
where did she put her bathing suit on her? Do you know?
Inside.
In the
When
house.
she got changed from swimming, they had bought her an outfit to put on because they were supposed to go to Jonesboro, I think. Yeah, Jonesboro for this big park, like water park. We was just all gonna go fishing, swimming. From here, we go to the hospital.
Okay.
Pick up her mother.
Pick up grandma.
Not even like 10 minutes later,
Okay.
we go to Walgreens.
Is that
And then we put this prescription in,
okay?
which is like probably about like 10, 15 minutes. It's gonna be 30 to 35 minutes.
Okay.
But I was saying the line was long. Then we went, well, she had to go get cigarettes because her mom complains of cigarettes.
Where's grandma sitting in the car?
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
On the passenger side where she was sitting, where who was sitting? But we thought you were sitting there, Hunter.
Candace.
Oh, she was sitting in the middle of it all.
And why is she sitting in the middle at this point?
Because I asked to sit on the side because she was gonna, her grandma just got out of the hospital and she was like, let me sit in the passenger seat. I said, okay. So I sat behind her mom.
Okay, got it. So then what happened? She goes and buys cigarettes?
And
Who gets out of the car?
Just Candace.
Just Candy?
She goes grabs cigarettes. She buys a puff bar. She buys
A what?
a puff bar. It's
Oh, okay.
a little nicotine vape.
Got it. What color was it?
It was black and purple.
Okay, was there a blue one?
Blue one? Yeah, that one was hers.
That's hers.
Yeah, because she got a blue Skittles one.
Okay, then what happened?
And then she bought the Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea. How many?
Just one. It's a can.
You get the twist. She buys
Just one.
One.
I just know that they have to have done something because she did not walk off of that property. That's all I know.
When just one little bit of blame gets placed on Hunter about the Twisted Tea, he throws this back about, I know they must have done something because she didn't walk off that hill. In my opinion, that's typical of a 15-year-old.
get the twist. She buys
Just one.
one.
Then after that, we go to the horse stable part.
So you drive to the horse stable.
Straight to the horse stable.
Right from there, you go right to the horse. Where's grandma at this point?
Grandma, she just in the car on her phone.
You got okay, and you're watching TikTok videos. Which ones did you watch?
I don't even know. I just scroll through the thing. To be
Okay,
honest.
okay.
There's a digital footprint for that. Ellie can check and see what's on his phone and see what was pulled up and watched that day.
Got out and went swimming.
Yeah, that little.
Or she give you something?
Yeah, that Twisted Tea.
And when did she give you that?
As soon as we got out the car.
Right, as soon as you got down there? And did she have one?
No.
Did she have any alcohol?
No, because she had to drive.
Okay. You asked for it?
Not until after she got it.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
I never got along.
the
vape?
Yeah, the vape.
Oh, we was both hitting it. I was in the water because I was drinking the tea at the time.
Got it. Where were you at?
I was just standing around. Me and her mom was watching. She was on TikTok looking at funny videos.
Okay.
And then she was looking through Facebook.
Digital footprint. All this can be checked to see who watched what and who did what.
She like you?
No.
Not
She
in
has
that
a
way?
husband. She has a husband.
Okay, but in that way, does she like you?
No.
Did you get that vibe
Uh-oh.
at all?
Nah, she just treated me like her adopted son. She was still in the car because she had a call to get her phone turned on.
You're with Candace. Summer's in the water.
You see her swimming like usual.
How far out is she?
Okay, so You got that TikTok on?
Why does he need a TikTok for reference? Wasn't he there? Don't he remember?
A whole video of all of us over there.
Okay. Who's all of us?
Me, her mom, and someone.
The whole video showed no one but him and Summer.
That's cool.
She just gets out the car when she's done with the phone, and then they tell me about that water park.
Okay, so you see a point where Summer is underwater.
For like 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay.
I just throw my shirt down and just run myself into that water to see if she's okay.
Okay, so you got scared.
A little bit, yeah.
Was this before or after the TikTok video? Because he already had his shirt off in the TikTok video.
So you got nervous.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I could see her. It's just that I always wanted to make sure that she was okay.
Got it, straight up. And what happened?
I just pull her up, bring her over my shoulders. I say, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah." Because it was a short period of time before they dropped me off that she said that she was missing.
Got it, straight.
What does he mean by that? Literally that Summer was missing before they left? And Chris didn't even hear that. He didn't even jump on it.
What was Candace doing when Summer was under the water?
Talking to her mom.
And what was the grandma doing?
Talking back, looking for flowers. That was what they was talking about before I went to go grab her.
Okay, but then you noticed Summer.
Yeah.
Were you concentrating on Summer?
Yeah.
While drinking the tea?
Yeah, I was staying focused on her mainly.
So you're kind of...
Were he and Candace watching videos, or was Candace and Grandis talking when he went in the water? Because he didn't make that clear.
Kind of like the lifeguard.
Yeah.
Did you see her go underwater?
No, I didn't see her go underwater because she was showing me a TikTok that she done with the dogs and the dirt bikes.
Got it. Candace was.
Yeah.
Did you get her out?
Yeah, I got her out.
Okay.
And then not even like 15 minutes later, we went to grab that prescription that she needed.
Okay. How was she when she got out? Did she walk back to the car?
Yeah, she would walk back to the car.
She
should have been sleeping when they dropped me off because I thought she was awake.
Okay.
From the water hole,
Where do you go?
we go to this thing called Hippie House.
Hippie House?
And they sell like THC, CBD, the vapes.
Got it. So what did she... Did you go in?
No, I can't go in. I'm under...
Well, who went in?
Her and her mother.
And that left you and Summer.
I have the phone here and I'll make her swipe there because I don't really watch TikTok.
Again, it can be checked by Ellie who was watching what at what time.
Talking about LOLs because she likes a new thing. Her mom was talking about she done grew out of Frozen. Now she wants all these LOLs.
What's that?
So Hunter would put his phone down so Summer could reach it, and he would let her swipe. He didn't let her play with his phone, or did Summer know how to play with the phone?
Were they in there?
Like 5 minutes tops.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then she came out with 2 vapes. She came out with hers and then another one she gave me.
She gave you one. Another one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's when you went to the prescription.
Yes.
At Walgreens. Because it was ready.
Yeah.
Okay. How long do you think it took for that prescription to get ready?
They said 35 minutes.
Okay.
So we could have been, that could have all took 35 minutes or more.
Okay. And then what happened when you, did somebody go into the store or did you go through drive-through again?
Drive-through again.
And where are you sitting at this point?
The same, well, I was sitting in the middle because she was the person that was wet and so she had a pillow under her.
Got it. So she's sitting on a pillow. The baby is.
Yeah.
So
In the TikTok video Candace posted, I clearly saw H's shorts get wet in the video. So I know his shorts were wet because they didn't have enough time to dry.
From there, we go to Sonic.
where?
Sonic.
So the store.
Her and her mother again.
Okay, so Candace and her mom go in the store again. And that left you and Summer in the car.
Yeah.
And what are you guys doing?
Just still watching TikToks, listening to music. I mean, just sitting there watching TikToks mainly.
Is she...
Another digital footprint right there.
In the store for an hour, maybe?
Okay, they were in the store for a long time?
Yeah, a little bit long, but not that long.
And what did they get?
So they got groceries for the house. I don't know what all they got. All I seen was what was beside of us, the milks.
And then what about the candy on the seat?
That was her candy. Because her grandma done bought it for her in the store.
Okay, so from there, now you have this, they come back to the car Where's the milk come in?
The milk. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I put them there because she was sitting by the window, and then...
Was she sleeping?
No, she wasn't even sleeping at the time.
Okay.
I just said to me.
They gave it to you?
Not like, not to keep, but to
no,
like...
to put it away?
Yeah.
And where did you put it?
I had it sitting on my lap until we got out the car.
Milk.
I set them in the middle because Summer had to... Did she even get out the car or did I? I thought she got out the car too. I don't remember that.
Okay. At some point, how did the milk bottles get on the other side of her? Do you know?
I have no idea then because she said that she was sleeping on the door. But when
My question is, who said she was sleeping on the door? Who told him that?
when I got out the car, she wasn't even at the door. She was in the middle.
Was she sleeping on you?
Nah.
Was she asleep?
I didn't even see her asleep. I just got out the car because she wanted to talk to her.
Okay. Got it.
About that thing for that Friday. The water park.
Got it.
That was the first time he mentioned the water park at Jonesboro. Why would he mention the water park at Jonesboro so much?
I wasn't even paying attention at that point. I just wanted to go inside. I just wanted my girl to come.
Here he's trying to put distance between him and Summer. A short while earlier he was her lifeguard. Why does he want to put distance between her and him now?
To the front because she had to hand me that other vape that she gave me.
Got it.
He had to get that other vape before he made his escape from the truck. Why was he so interested in getting away from that truck so quickly without talking to anybody in it? It wasn't a drowning. It wasn't a dry drowning. It was a stain under the seatbelt on Summer's jacket. Y'all keep that in mind.
Remember anything but talking to her.
Got it.
At that point.
Nope.
Meaning Allie. That's all he wanted to do was talk to Allie and be with his girl.
The Sheriff's Department and others who are involved in this investigation, from their perspective, they have it moving correctly in the right direction.
We're into this 28 days shy of 4 years and nothing has been done. We haven't even heard from law enforcement in 2 years, except a brief statement saying that this is not a cold case. Do you think it would be possible for a stranger to come up on that property with all those dogs barking?
You know, I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here.
Yeah.
And now she's leaning.
My mom's truck parks here.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so when she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yes.
Okay. From exhaustion from that day?
Yes, she was. Where I woke her up early and she usually sleeps until 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay. How did the milk bottles get rearranged? Hunter said he had them on the floor and then he put them next to him.
They weren't.
Is that true?
No.
Okay, so walk me through that.
When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap.
Okay.
And he put them on the other side of Summer.
Okay. So he reached over?
Yeah, he set them over there by that. What's a black tote she had in there?
Okay. Was there? Where's that tote at?
I think actually my mom's got it still in her truck. It's got a bunch of crafts and stuff in it.
Okay, got it. And now from when you pulled up, did she just fall asleep next to that?
She fell asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes on the road.
Okay, got it. And then, so walk me through, you get home, you take the groceries inside.
I parked the truck and I opened both doors. It's really hard because this lawnmower is. But I opened the doors up and I shook her. I said, "Wake up, we're at home." She jumped right up.
Okay.
Like nothing.
She jumped right up like it was nothing.
I unbuckled her and I said, "Come on." I said, "Mom, I'll be right back." Well, went in there and got the boys and they were sitting at the table. And I said, "Come on, let's get the groceries out." And we brought them all in the house, went through them all. did all that.
And this is her. That's her swing.
That's her swing right there.
Is that what they say, the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing? That
I'm not sure, honestly.
Candace had lived there for like 12 years and she didn't know where the dog trail was.
There's so many of them.
The dogs go in every different
Yeah,
way.
I saw the dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do that all the time.
That is just so important for her.
She liked it. She just liked to swing. All the kids did.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay, when she comes in. The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here.
Okay.
And they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table watching TV. Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get out.
Okay.
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right. Well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right. You put the groceries down, right?
Yeah. Well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries in and put them down. She went and took her stuff to her house to put her stuff away.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff.
Okay.
Around the house like we normally do. And I come out, Mom was sitting there at the time I come out and I'm standing here.
Okay.
I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, these plants, I gotta get them transplanted. I was like, well, Summer will help us, so I went back in. By that time she was sitting on the floor playing with her toys.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with her toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped up. We walked over here and we transplanted these cactuses from the little pots that they were in. And transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted.
I once had a little 4-year-old girl, and she would never, ever, ever put her toys in a pot of dirt and leave them outside. After all, Candace just had her sitting in the floor playing with those same toys.
She put them in there. Yep, you're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out, okay?
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
And then we went in my mom's where we can't get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Went in there.
We went in there and got some candy and stuff she gets from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I figured I'd go back, you know.
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here. Like literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got them.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, Wyatt. And he looked at me and I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids. And that's when I come back up into the house.
Okay.
With the boys.
Okay.
Not that. Over here. We're sitting right here, bro, with our eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this. So this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
Our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now, see?
And then I yelled and I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yep. This, oh my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was, because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the Savior.
The boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
Okay.
Doesn't that sound kind of strange?
And this is all her toys.
These are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are dang are all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see that.
Yeah, I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that I've bought. Here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, that's just one of them what do they call these? Oh, this is little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called. But she liked them, and so I just, every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
This is the same person that will sell your toys on Facebook Marketplace when you're not looking, like she did Summers on November 14th, 2020. Yes, there is a digital footprint for that. Otherwise, how would I know about it?
I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under, and just sit here and play, just for, you know. And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Will she come running out? Oh yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
here. And this
here.
is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
Little cave thing there.
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we left this part open because the dog, at the time we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies. And we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now. And it's always been open like that. Oh, that one there?
Yeah.
That's where Donnie keeps all his tools.
Got it. Okay, can I go look? Okay, that's fine.
Nothing in there.
Yeah, no worries.
It's the most beautiful house in the world.
You know what? It's a house.
It's a
You can do your fire for the kids.
We have a fire that
Paw Patrol. This is so sweet. These are Summer's little toys there. There's one there. Then there's this guy right here. Cool shirt. I want to show everybody that shirt again. That Mom on Patrol. So, Miss Candace, while I'm out here, is there anything that you feel is important that you'd want to tell the world that I haven't asked you, that you want to let them know?
Not really, just hope that everybody that's looking for her, that we can find her and bring her home safely.
Okay, clear that up.
Alright, the first one that I took, and I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset, and you know, just I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, we tried to do it, but I couldn't do it.
And what about the rumors of this relationship situation with Hunter?
Are you crazy? I got a husband and 4 kids that I love to death.
Okay.
She got really mad at Chris when he asked that question about Hunter. Watch your eyes.
Okay.
To me, Hunter was another one of my kids.
Okay.
That's how I felt about any kid. But any kid.
Okay. Now, when I was on the phone with you yesterday...
That same look she gave Ansley Daniel at the 3rd year anniversary interview with Donna Candace.
Briefly, you said he got the story out of order.
Yeah.
Okay, but it sounded like he was kind of telling the truth there.
He was kind of telling the truth, but the way he was telling where we went and how we did it was all twisted up now.
What's different that you want to clear up?
Well, because when we left from the emergency room, we went straight to the smoke shop, and that's when I got the cigarettes and stuff like that there. And then we stopped at the hippie house, and I got those cheap vapes because they're cheap there. And then we went and put my mom's prescription in, and then we went to Warriors, and then we come back to Walgreens, got mom's prescription, went to Sonic, then to Priceless, then to his house.
Okay.
That bushy area right there, you can't really tell if anybody's crouched down there or anything. It's that Dobbs guy that was supposed to be camping across at my neighbor's house.
Right.
He was there that same time, and then Tony Hammonds, whoever the hell he is, he was down through there.
Who was there when you got home?
There was nobody there. There was my mom mentioned the blue van across at my neighbor's house, but I just figured she had company.
Okay.
I didn't know about that was the guy that was trying to move in there. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
And so I didn't think nothing. I just figured it was neighbors. I had visitors.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think nothing about that. I gotta stop. I can't do no more. I gotta have a cigarette. Sorry.
No, good. Light it up.
I just don't.
Light it up, girl.
I don't want to breathe in other
No.
She's trying to get away from Chris and end the interview But little did she know he's going to follow her home.
It doesn't matter what I say or do or try to prove to people. Somebody's always going to twist my stuff.
Right. By any means, shape, or thought.
Never have been perfect. Never meant to try to be perfect.
And me neither. I mean, you.
I am a person just like you.
Yep.
Or your wife.
That's
or
right.
That person out there on that jet ski.
That's right.
I'm no different than anybody else.
We all.
Whoa, now I beg to differ on that. On a personal level, she might not be different, but she's done a lot of stuff that I would never even think about doing, ever in a million years. And she's a missing child's mother.
4:30 that afternoon. It was on Facebook, and she had told me that she was in the kitchen cooking them kids something to eat, and Summer was on her swing, and she looked out the window and turned around to the kitchen sink, and Summer was gone. In most videos, you all have seen that Summer's swing is on that big old tree, and if you look at the window, that straight window that's from that tree to the side of the house there, on the tree is on the right-hand side with the swing. The left-hand side, that window that's in the middle right there towards the end, that is the kitchen. If you stand in the kitchen at the stove or at the sink or whatever, right there in that one little area, you could see if somebody snuck up on that hill to get her, like they said she did. And she knew better. Like I said, I'm going to repeat this one more time. Them kids knew better to go off of that hill at any point in any time. Okay, at 4 o'clock, she calls me and tells me Summer is missing. I tell her, I said, well, how long has she been missing? She said, maybe 20 minutes or so. I said, well, call the police. If not, I am calling them. And she said, well, I'm going to get off here and call them, and I'm going to look for Summer some more. I said, okay, well, let me know if you found her. Well, she didn't.
What do the authorities think?
I don't know what they think. I really don't.